Hi there. Right, we're going to take the Gremyashchy out into a low tier match. So we're top tier. This is tier 3 to 5. And it'll be our job to basically lock down the enemy DDs at medium range, which is what this is really, really good at. And generally try and secure the caps. So with that in mind, I'm going to tell my team what the plan is. I'm going to basically run straight to A. And then from A, sort of double back and try and secure B as well. The problem here is obviously the torpedo range on the Gremyashchy is relatively limited. It's only got 8 kilometers. But the guns are your bread and butter on this ship. I didn't realize this. I only realized it after the replay. I'd actually forgot to remount the upgrades when they were demounted. So this is actually a game without the gun upgrades. So the accuracy is a bit worse. I'm actually kind of looking forward to playing it again now that I've put the upgrade on. I think that'll actually be another improvement. But anyway, this is going to be a hell of a fight. We do have quite a lot of work ahead of us. As often in low tiers, I mean, people don't have the experience yet. They don't coordinate their movements, and they don't necessarily predict things like torpedo spreads that could come in their general direction and so forth. They sort of blunder into a lot of problems, as you'll see later on, unnecessary deaths and so forth. And I'm going to find myself in situations where I'm actually going to have to sort of turn around and deal with something. It's like, couldn't you deal with that? But it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a very flexible ship. It turns fast. It's 14 knots on the speed boost. So yeah, it really does. It really does handle very well. I'm actually really happy with the Gremyashchy. I didn't play the Russian DD when I first bought it because this was part of the open beta package. You can see the little beta tester flag on there. But I never really came to terms with it initially. But now that I've gained a little bit more experience and so forth, you actually tend to play it a lot more like you should do. You keep your distance and you don't sort of run into the knife fights because the turret rotation compared to like the Americans is actually quite slow. Right, I'm going to just take some pot shots into the smoke here. Never know, you might get lucky. I haven't got anything else to do. I seriously doubt anyone will be near me to spot me, so yeah. Nothing there. And we're coming up on the A cap. I've got some support. Well, actually, pretty much all of the team is sort of heading in this general direction, but a lot of them are still hanging back. And it seems like a lot of people actually can't get into the game as quickly. You see that a lot with people just sort of in a minute into the game, they only start moving, which is quite odd. But this looks pretty uncontested. I mean, anyone coming would have reached the cap from the other side now, so there's nobody here. We have spotted an Omaha just over there. So we're going to start shooting at him. Now, this is really quite odd. He doesn't spot me here for some reason. I couldn't quite figure out why, but I guess my detection range is considerably better now that I've got the better captain skills. So as he comes closer and as my detection range obviously expands, he's now there. I'm keeping this island between me and him and just shooting over it and controlling my speed so that I don't pop out the other side. But as you can see, although he's now in my detection range, he still can't spot me and he can't shoot me. So there's a lot of gratuitous damage there. And he's basically YOLOing into almost the entire remainder of the team, so he is not long for this world. Now he's spotted me because he actually got round that island quicker. I didn't get my speed up in time. But it's fine, he's more than entertained. He's tunnel visioning. There's very, very unlikely that he'll even look in my direction. Got a nice little fire going on in there, some barbecuing on the back of the ship there. Just throw some spare ribs on there. And yeah, he's taken out by my fire. So that's the first kill. And that's the A cap now pretty much locked down. So this is where you basically, as a destroyer, have to start controlling the center of the map. The B cap and everything that happens around it is crucial, because in addition to that cap, obviously the cap you've just taken will be your advantage over the enemy team. Irrespective of how many kills you get at the moment, we'd still be the same, but they have had the B cap. And they're already 120 points or 150 points ahead of us. So that's my next mission. I'm going to head into B, and I'm asking my team to do the same, because this happens a lot as well. People sort of tend to mill around at the maximum range and near a cap that's not even remotely contested, and they're very inefficient because they're at maximum range, and people just have a lot of time to avoid shells and not really take the damage. So here we go, we've started capping B. The first destroyer over there is in, it's the Izokaze. And there is another destroyer and something else going to come through that smoke screen over there. And we're going to have to deal with that. That Miyoko is buggering off. The battleships are playing very passively. One of them's actually AFK, he never moved from that spot where I just spotted him. So it's a bit unfortunate for the enemy team. Right, the Izokaze is doing the right thing. He's firing suppression torpedoes into the smoke. And yeah, here he comes, Königsberg. And he's not happy about us going at his cannon. He's sailing in a straight line. He's just realized there's torpedoes in the water, but yeah, barely managed to dodge those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop an offensive smoke. As you can see, I'm smoking out because I'm thinking that, you know, he's spotted by everyone else and so forth. So you don't necessarily need to be spotting anymore. You can just hide in your smoke and fire outwards. But then there's an odd moment where everybody's disappeared behind islands. He actually disappears. So I take some shots at Kolberg instead. And there's our cap attacker. It gets really crowded here now.
Don't fire at your ally.
Yeah, the Izokaze came way too close, so he basically ate half of that salvo. Not really much I can do about that. I'm firing AP at the Königsberg now because I was hoping for some better results. Just to see, because he is broadside on, you know, see if I can get a citadel or something. Limited, 250, really not that much. So I'm switching back to HE after the salvo. Now you can see the torps in the water there. I mean, there's bound to be torps there, so people sailing in like those two are there. They're asking for trouble, and that's it. Double kill right there for the torpedo spammer. And that's the danger. I mean, if you don't have the space to maneuver, and if there's a lot of torps already in the water anyway, you really don't want to be in the middle there. You want to be sailing around the edges and just strafing it, trying to keep yourself safe. Right, that's the cap defended, and my smoke has run out. And briefly consider sailing backwards, but then I figure, well, engine boost is up, so let's do that instead. That throws off the shots for pretty much everybody firing their first salvo at me. And yeah, now the fun starts. Engine boost is on, and there came the torps that were meant for my smoke screen. Near at the moment, but if I'd stayed there much longer, then those would have been dangerous. So taking some more pot shots at this Kolberg. Oh no, there he is. That's the one I was shooting at previously. He's on fire. Yeah, engine's knocked out. Lots and lots of trouble for that guy. Right, and now I at some point realize that because I'm still spotted here, something's not right, and then I look over and oh, hang on, there's one already round the side here, so I'm gonna deal with this threat first, because I really don't want to be spotted unless I absolutely have to be. So here we go. DD versus DD. Well, actually, it's a bit of an unfair fight, but that's the thing about fights. Who wants to fight fair? Our cruiser's done well. He's avoided the torps from the Izokaze, so now that boy is he's running for his life basically,
Torpedoes to start.
and he's not going to survive that.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
So That's that problem solved, and we are again unspotted. So trying to maneuver into a better position. We can't see anything on the enemy team at the moment. Everybody's sort of hiding behind land masses and everything. So I'm just going to gravitate back towards B and see what we can shoot at. And I'm asking the team to do the same, not just mill around like those guys down there. I mean, they're very ineffective all the way back there.
Engine boost deactivated.
Right, here comes the Kolberg, attacking B again. He's a cheeky bugger. That's my cap. You stay out. Start, piling shots into there. Not get too close to the ally here, otherwise I'll have the same problem as previously. My shots will end up going into the side of his ship rather than flying at the enemy. Right, and that's that guy done. Good. We have the DD advantage, and oh, look at that. One of their well, what do we have there? Well, oh, it's Dresden. Okay, so not really a huge threat. I decide that I'm just gonna basically balls out go for him. Although I did have smoke up, I figured, what the hell, it's only Dresden, and he's already on fire and low health, so really not much he can do to me. Have him dead to rights. That's the first damage I've taken so far. He's a really hard ship to hit. Right, there we go, kill number 3. And turn straight back to B again. And now I'm thinking, 8-kilometer torpedoes, now might be a good time for a nice little torpedo run. Now you see the guy going into B there, that's a mistake, because he's exposed himself to 2 battleships and a cruiser. And although, you know, I can appreciate that you want to get torpedoes in the water, but bloody hell, you're going to get yourself killed. There we go, they're contesting B again. And I'm just going to shoot slightly before the line because I think they might turn in. But then they just eat a ton of that guy's torpedoes, so kudos to him. He got lucky with that one, I'd say. Yeah, job well done. Set the Omaha on fire. And burning 3 locations, so no repair. Off he goes. Right. And I'd actually popped an offensive smoke, thinking, you know, I might miss or I might have to deal with a bit more, and that was pretty much it. You know, everyone else just sailed away. It's just those Miyogis, sorry, left. So here I am sitting in a completely useless smoke screen. Anyway, let's go play with battleships then.
Direct front.
Ooh. That Omaha got off a salvo. There they go.
Our victory is in sight.
3 to 4. And it's 3 very heavy lumbering battleships. There is really nothing we need to do at this point because, I mean, they're just not going to be effective. We've got each cap is locked down by a battleship, one of ours, and so there's very little these Miyogis can do. Nevertheless, they're big XP pinatas, so we're going to train our guns round. Try not to get stuck on all the wrecks of sinking ships. And while he's entertained with our battleship, we're going to start trying to set some fires. He's not angled at all, so every piece of AP he's going to eat from our battleship is really going to hurt him. This is a common mistake people make in the low tiers. It's just broadside on. There we go, that's fire number 1. He has no repair consumable up. That fire is going to burn for quite a while. Now I'm going to try and torp him through this gap. It's 4.4 kilometers, and you know, I think he just basically saw it coming, because I'm pretty much right on the track and just before the track in case he slows down. but for some reason these are all going to miss. Don't ask me why, I don't actually stick around to find out. There he is, he's gone. And here's the other one. And I'm thinking, well, close to 900 points. Might be a good time to get another kill and basically lock this sucker down. So I'm again just going to go balls out to this guy because he's entertained with cruisers and other battleships. But unfortunately, he's yeah, I was checking on those torps and they completely missed the other one for some reason. I think he's stopped or something. And while my torps are reloading, I'm going to swing around once more. This is the problem, the turret rotation is too slow to actually deal with this kind of turning radius. So once you start doing full turns to avoid, you have to wait a second before you can actually get a gun back on the target. Okay, he's not wasting shots on me. Clearly he thinks he can't hit me. Now here the guy says go cap C, and I'm thinking, well, why would I go cap C? A, I'm in the running for a Kraken, and B, if I get a kill, the game will be over a lot quicker than I have to trundle all the way down to C. I mean, the map awareness of somebody who's, you know, basically watching the game you should realize that there is only, you know, take a salvo there, on the track, and that one should have been behind the track, but I fluffed it, unfortunately, because I saw him turning in already, but it still clips him for 13,000. There's the Kraken. And now I'm thinking, oh, maybe we should have only used one salvo, and it's over. We're good.